Hi everyone, it's Krista and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not new, hello again. So this is my channel. I love to do DIYs on a budget, Dollar Tree DIYs, thrift flips, farmhouse and rustic, wreaths, and seasonal decor. So if you like what you see here, you know what to do. Hit that red subscribe button. Also leave me a comment. I love to hear what you guys think. And also give me a thumbs up. That helps my channel. You can also follow me over on Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, and Facebook. And today is all about everything Mary, and our hosts are 6 Kids and a Glue Gun and Lady Red Crafting, and the guest host is Rebecca Virginia DIY. So with all that being said, more about that in a minute. First, DIY and number 1. So the first DIY, I'm going to take this transfer from Chalk Couture. I am a Chalk Couture designer, and I will have that link down in my description box. This chalkboard that I got actually on clearance at Hobby Lobby. Some more little snowflake stencils, and then I'm going to use this shimmer white color chalk paste, and also the red, which is a cherry chalk paste, a rusted bell, some picks that I got from Dollar Tree, and this little pick here that I got from Dollar Tree. So with Chalk Couture, the stencils, it's a screen stencil, and what you do is you fuzz it on a fuzzing cloth so that it doesn't stick so much, so when you pull the transfer up, it doesn't like take everything, all the paint off. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the Santa hat in red. And then I went and washed the stencil right away, which you're supposed to do anyways, because you want to make sure your screen is clean and it doesn't get all clogged with paste. And then I went in with the shimmery white, and I did the rest of the stencil all with that color. So it's kind of got like a little shimmer to it. And I love this stencil. It is so cool. And I absolutely love it. So now when you pull it up, look how beautiful the image is. I just love it. And it's so rustic looking. I love that too. And vintage. So then I took these little snowflake stencils and I did those with the shimmery color as well, the shimmery white. And then I just pull them up. And next I'm going to go in with this holographic, it's like a holographic, it looks like little glitter in there, but it's like holographic looking. It's really cool. And you could get this at any craft store, sells it, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, they all have it. I used that for the fur of the hat. And then I'm going to make one of my rag bows. So what that is I just take strips of fabric and I just cut it and then I strip it, just pull it and it makes a little strip. And then I put it in my Bodabra. And first I put down a little piece of twine or string or jute twine first, because that's what we're going to tie it with. And then I just keep folding the strips of ribbon or fabric back and forth until I get the way I like it. And it looks like a little rustic rag bow. That's what I call it, a rag bow. And then I just take the string and I pull it all together, and then you just string it really, really tight. Now these bows I make because I love the rustic vintage look, and I love making these, so I think they look really cool on projects. And I just cut the little ends then, to make them all even on both sides, and there's your bow. Then I'm going to take these picks. Now these 2 picks were, I believe, from Walmart, actually. They have really cheap ones too. They're like $1.28. And then I took some picks from the Dollar Tree as well, and I'm just gluing them down because I'm going to make a little swag at the top. And then I'm going to take the bow and I'm going to glue that to the center of the greenery there. And then I'm going to take some of these frosted little berries that you get clusters at, well, you could get them anywhere, but I got mine at Dollar Tree. And then I'm just going to glue those down as well, just to give it a pop of color in that greenery. And then I had a buffalo check pick that I had that had these little buffalo check balls in it. So I decided to take 2 of those off of the pick, and then I just glued them on each side where I wanted them at the top. And this project turned out so cute. I absolutely love it, you guys. And then I took a snowflake and I stuck that in the middle of my bow, and I think this turned out so cute. And that frame that I got from the Hobby Lobby was so cheap, you guys. It was only $3. So today is Everything Merry, so we're just making all kinds of Christmas stuff, getting ready for Christmas season. And like I said, these are your hosts and guest hosts, and make sure you go check them out. Their links will be down below along with a playlist. So go check everybody out because everybody is so talented. So now DIY number 2. So the second DIY, I'm going to take this piece of wood from the Dollar Tree, another little piece of wood that was actually a paint stick. And then I'm going to take some of this dark sealing wax, some cardboard, a piece of cardboard, some black chalk paint, some white chalk paint, and this black marker, and then some twine. Also, again, I'm going to make my great bow that you saw earlier, some rusty bells and a snowflake, and then some picks as well. They're from Hobby Lobby and also the Dollar Tree. And yeah, and then that burnt orange color that you saw. So these are everything that I'm going to be using in this DIY. Can you guess what we're making, guys? It's going to be a snowman. So first, I'm taking this piece of cardboard and I just made a carrot. I just drew it myself, freehanded it. And then I took off the top half of the cardboard and it makes it look really cool underneath. So that's what we're going to use for our carrot nose. Then I took that paint stick and I made a line where I'm going to be putting it for the hat. And then I just used the white chalk paint to use the bottom portion for the snowman's head. So I'm just painting that with the white chalk paint. And then the black chalk paint, I'll go in and do the top portion for the hat. And then I'm also going to paint the paint stick that I have there. And I just trimmed off the top part of the paint stick, you know, where it's kind of crooked looking. I just took that off. And then I put some super wood glue from Dollar Tree and some hot glue to glue that down because I want to make sure it's not going to come up. And then I'm going to take my carrot and I just kind of freehanded the eyes as well. And what I do is I make like kind of teardrop eyes, I guess you could call them. I don't know. And they're a little, well, they're more like triangles, but I round them, so not really. But I go around and that's how I make my eyes. And then I colored them in with the, this is an acrylic paint pen that I got from Walmart, so that's what I'm using. And then I did the little dots for his mouth with the black marker as well. And then I'm going to take my white, the other end of my brush, and dip it in some white paint and just make little eyes inside. And then I also made little lines that you see there too. It just brings the eyes to life, I think, makes them more realistic. And then I painted the nose, of course, with that burnt orange. And now I'm going to take some of this Distress Oxide. This is called Worn Lipstick. And this makeup brush. And I'm just going to give him some rosy cheeks. And that's what I did there. Then we're going to take the carrot nose and we're going to glue that on. Really simple. I mean, it's not that hard to make their faces. I swear, I've been practicing and this is how I make them. And I think it looks cute. He looks cute. So next, I'm going to take that dark wax. It's like a brown color, and I just dipped a brush in it and I just kind of went over his nose a little bit to make it look a little bit more rustic and old. And then I went around the edges as well with my stencil brush. This brush was also from Dollar Tree. And I just went around the edges and made like it look a little bit vintage and old. And then I used my Distress Oxide. This is Vintage Photo, and that little sponge, and I just went around all the areas. I wanted my snowman to look vintage and old and farmhouse, so that's the look I was going for. I love the Grinchy vintage look. So, and then I just kind of, but you could skip all that part. If you don't like that, then don't do it. Do what you like. I'm just showing you what I like and what I do, but you can do it any way you want. This is just for inspiration. And then I did a little dry brush of the white chalk paint on his hat to make it look a little snowy. And now I'm going to take some of that snow text that you can get at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or on Amazon. And I just take a popsicle stick and I'm just kind of taking globs of it and just like putting it on his hat in certain spots where I wanted it. And that just makes it look like he has snow on his hat. That's just kind of like laying there. And then I took a brush, a mini brush, and started putting some on too, because sometimes it's easy to do it with the popsicle stick, but then to get in certain little nooks and crannies, it's easier to use a paintbrush. But this stuff does stick well, and you can dry it with your blow dryer if you have it, or you can just let it sit out to dry, but it does dry pretty quickly. Then I'm going to take a strip of the fabric that you saw earlier, and I used this one to make a scarf, and I just put a little dab of glue and wrapped it around him, and then came back over and crossed it over, and then put a little dab of glue where I wanted it to be crossed, and then I just cut it for however much I wanted to hang from these sides. And then I'm going to take that rusty snowflake. I got these at Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to stick that in the center of his little scarf. And look at how cool he looks. I love this. And now we're going to make a little, I made the little rag bow again, as you can see. I didn't show you again. And then I'm just gluing that at the top of his hat. And now I'm going to stick a little bit of greenery and some of the pine cones and all that around the bow. And it's just going to make it look so much fancier and so much cool. I just love the snowman. This was so much fun to make and so cheap to make too, you guys, because mostly everything was from, you know, the Dollar Tree, and I already had everything else on hand, so it was really nice to make, and I love the way this turned out. And then I just kept going with the greenery. I just kept sticking it wherever I wanted, you know, to put it. And then I'm also going to put these rusty bells on there. Now these I got on Amazon. They are in my Amazon shop, so that link is in my description box if you're interested in getting them and where you can get them. And they sell them in all different sizes, so you get small ones, big ones. I kind of got all crazy with the rusty look, but I love that look. So, and then I just kind of glued those two together onto the bow. And then I took more of the snow tacks because there just wasn't enough for me, and I put more on the berries. I just thought that the berries needed a little bit of snow on them. And that's it for this guy. I hope you guys like him. I think he turned out great. Let me know which one you like the best down below in the comments. So now DIY number 3. Now this DIY I think is so pretty. I took this little wooden snowman from the Dollar Tree, some of these trees from the Dollar Tree, this hoop from the Dollar Tree, some scrapbook paper there that you see that has a Christmas music on it, and then some more of the stripped fabric, and some more picks, dark wax, the I'm still using the same ghost, the holographic paint, some plaster paint by Waverly this time, and some more of that snow text. So I took, and also black marker and black paint. But first thing I did is I took that hoop and I painted the whole thing with the plaster paint by Waverly. This is a chalk paint. And then I took the snowman and I painted him white. And then his hat, of course, black. And then once I had him all painted, I moved on to his face. Now the face, the first thing I did is I used a pencil first, which you can always erase. And I did the little dots for the eyes and the mouth, and then I did his nose. And I just took an orange Sharpie that I had, and I did his nose with that. And then I just took a black Sharpie and did his eyes and his mouth. Super easy. And then next, I took a little piece of the fabric that I've been using. I love this fabric, you guys. I think I got this at Hobby Lobby, and it was actually in the, where the remnants are, where they have leftover fabric rolled up, and it's on clearance. I got it there. So always look in the clearance section at Hobby Lobby, and in the fabric section too, clearance. And then I took it and I wrapped it and crossed it and made his little scarf around his neck once again. And then I just cut off the excess that I didn't want. And then there he is. Look how cute he is. And then I took the hoop and I took that dark wax and I ran around the edges with my stencil brush and just kept dipping it in the wax. And then I kind of rub it in with my finger too, because I want this to look old and vintage, like I've been doing all the other ones, same thing. So I just went around the edges with this. I love using this dark wax. I'm pretty new to it, but I've watched other crafters use it and I absolutely fell in love with it because their style is like my style and that's what I like using. And then I just took the scrapbook paper and I used a pencil and I just traced it out and then cut it out. And you can put something on the back of this if you don't want just the paper, but this is staying in my house, so I'm not worried. But you can also do cardboard and stick it cardboard behind it, just so that the paper doesn't rip, if that's what you want to do. But this was fine for me, so this is the way I did it. But you know, you do it your way if you want. And I took the snowman and I glued him down to the bottom of the hoop. On the edge of him I did the glue, and then in the back, and then I did the same thing with the trees. I did a smaller tree, and then I used a little bit bigger tree, and I just put them on each side of him. Isn't that cute? It's looking cute already. And then I took these picks. This one has icicles on it. I think it's so cool. And I got this at Dollar Tree. They have really cool picks this year at Dollar Tree, I think. And then these ones I think were at Walmart. No, Hobby Lobby. I see the little round sticker, so it was Hobby Lobby. And I've had these since last year, I think, but I think they still have them. They always have these kind of picks out every year. And then I just cut them, you know, down a little bit because these were too long. And we're just gonna make a little swag at the top of our little hoop. And so I just figured out what I wanted it, and then I just stuck a lot of glue down, and I held it there for a while until it was secure. And then I did the same thing on the other side with the glue. And then I took some of these little picks that have berries on them from the Dollar Tree, and I stuck those in as well because I wanted to have a little pop of that red in there to match everything. And I did it on both sides. And I think I stuck 4 on each, 2 on each side. And I just kind of stuck it in between the other greenery too. I just put some glue on the end and then just stuck it right in. And it keeps them in there. They're secure. And then I'm going to take those icicle branches that I cut and I'm going to stick those underneath the greenery because I kind of want them to like hang down on the sides to make it look like there's icicles coming down. So that's what I did with those branches. And I think these branches are so cool. I like the snowy ones too. Those are my other favorites. I actually have that in a video that actually is going up tonight where I used those for a DIY that I did. And then I stuck the one on the other side. And then of course I had to do more. So I took one of my stamps, I have a Christmas stamps, and I stuck it on my little block, and I'm going to stick that down. And it says Merry Christmas, and I'm sticking it on this little tag that I had. And I got these tags, I think, at Hobby Lobby, and get them in a bag. And then I'm just going to kind of like do the edges of this and make it look rough. So this is the little tool I have, but you could do this with your scissors. And then I just kind of like fold it and crunch it up. I want it to look old. So that's what I'm doing there. And then I'm going to take some of the Vintage Photo Distress Oxide, and I'm going to go around the edges and the top to make it really look old and vintagey. I know I keep saying that. And then I'm going to take the bow that I made, and I kept the string on there, and I'm going to string on some of these rusty bells. Now these are the smaller ones that I bought on Amazon. Those are also in my Amazon shop if you're interested. And then I just put a knot on the end to keep them from falling off. And then I'm going to stick my bow down with some glue, and then I'm going to take my tag and stick that underneath my bow there. But I wanted it down enough so that you could see it. And then I'm going to take one of these rusty snowflakes that I bought. These are the tiny ones that I got on Amazon. Stuck that in the center of my tag and the center of my bow. And then I felt like I needed more. So I went in with some of these snowflakes and I said, you know what, these will look so cute if I kind of scatter them on the paper. And I liked it. So that's what I did. So like I said, you could skip this part. You could put any snowflakes you want on here, you know, to your styling or to your liking. But I just thought that it made sense because I had the icicles coming down of the branches, and I just thought this would be cool too. So that's what I did. And I just absolutely love this one too. I love all these DIYs. I think they turned out really, really cute. And then there it is. And then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take out that snow text, of course, and I am going to put some of that on the bottom where the snowman is and just kind of make it look like he's sitting on a pile of snow. So that's what I'm doing there. And then I take my paintbrush out and I go between the popsicle stick and my brush to use the snow text. I just find whatever is easier for me to use, where I'm putting it, that's what I use. So, and then I put some on the trees and underneath the trees and just made it look really snowy. And then, of course, I came in with the holographic, which you'll see in a minute, paint, which makes it look glittery, like it's glistening, like the snow is glistening. And I went in with once it dried, I went in with that and I put that on top of all the snow techs. And this turned out super cute, you guys. I know I keep saying that, but I just love how this turned out. You guys let me know what you think. Don't forget to go check everyone out and tell them I said hi and that I sent you over. And don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to have you. And I want to thank you all for watching. And as always, remember, stay crafty. Bye.